What's good, YouTube? It's Ragnar Chia here, and today I'm bringing you another video with the Games M155 gaming monitor. Now, before we get into this video, I wanted to let you know that this is strictly 100% just an HDMI portable monitor. There's no fancy thing about it. The one thing I do love is the remote, which we'll be demonstrating here in the video. As far as anything else, that's about it. So I'm going to show you what the remote does in a few moments, but I wanted to show you the buttons on the side and what I'm using to connect it. Now over here to your right, over there, right there, that is my HDMI to mini display, or mini display to HDMI, and vice versa. That is what I use to connect to my monitor. Now, after further testing, I have not tried direct HDMI and the monitor doesn't play sound. Well, I have tried it on console. I haven't tried it on computer. As far as everywhere else goes, I always use my mini display. With my Surface or with my MacBook, I always use mini display to HDMI, which doesn't affect anything in long run. The sound should work either way. So the video I have loaded up, I'll show you where the sound comes from and this, that, and the other. So let's go ahead and I'm going to show you the controls on this side. Okay, so the button right here, the orange button, if you have this monitor, you know the orange button. That is the power button. This button right here controls volume up and down, and then the buttons up here are the brightness up and down. Also up here is the menu button, which controls your picture, your sound, and the further options within the monitor. So we're going to go ahead and get into the remote before I get into the settings. So looking here, we have the power button, the select button, the motion button, or whatever you want to call it, the menu button right here, brightness, volume, and mute. So let's go ahead and jump into the menu. I'm going to pull back. You got the menu pulled up here. First thing you want to look at is picture. I use it on user and user because it's easier for me to see when I connect it to my computer, and it doesn't look so grimy and dark like eco or movie and gaming. User just seems like the all-round way to go. Aspect ratio, you really don't want to mess with it too much because it makes it look weird. And I leave it on console 6.9. Let me know what you use. And brightness is right there. Just go ahead and go back, and we're going to go ahead and check out sound. Sound has many different options. I haven't really noticed the difference transferring between gaming, theater, or sports, or user, and that's because I don't listen to it max volume. I think normal is the best way you want to keep it because it's 50 all around. You can actually go down here and customize it if you want to your own liking, which is why user is here. So that way it's customizable to what you want it to be. So going back to the menu here, and we have options. Options here, you can change it to language. It has multiple languages, and I only speak English, so it's not gonna happen. So transparency is basically what the menu comes in. I don't particularly care. 0 is fine with me. Auto sleep is 4 hours, so that way if you leave the monitor on for 4 hours, why the fuck would I leave it on for 4 hours to begin with? You would want to keep it on. You would want to dim it. Let's see, select that. I don't think you can. Oh, okay. You can go all the way up to off, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, or 4 hours. I'm gonna leave it on 4 hours because why not? So go back here, and that is all the options within the monitor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and rewind this video to the beginning. I was just testing it to make sure it works before I recorded this. Going ahead back to the beginning of the video. And I'm using my MacBook Pro, which is off in the right hand corner. Let's see. Now the sound you are hearing is coming from my computer. Not my computer, wow, I'm slow. This is coming from the monitor itself. Now the only thing, I don't really have too much of a gripe for it. It's meant to be a console monitor, and the video The recording of the video doesn't do it much justice. Oh, that is a much better viewing angle. But it doesn't do it the justice it deserves. But you can hear the sound. Alright, before I get copyright strike, I love this episode. This is the final battle between Naruto and Sasuke. I love the shit out of this, and it looks even crispier on the monitor. But just letting you guys know, the sound is coming from the monitor. It is not coming from my computer, which is hooked up over there. This is coming from the monitor itself. So, my subscriber who commented and said the sound wasn't coming from his, let me know down in the comment section below. Were you controlling it? Were you having it go through direct HDMI? And I will test that. It should come out of the monitor because HDMI carries sound, so it should 100% come out of the monitor. It should not come through anything else. If you have headphones in, it'll go through your headphones. If you don't have them in, it should come through the monitor. And if it doesn't, the sound should come from your computer. So you need to fiddle around with your computer settings with whichever computer you have. Results may vary between Mac or, because with my MacBook it works fine. If you have a PC, I have yet to test it. I've used the monitor on my Surface, but I haven't actually tested the sound yet. So I will test that myself eventually and let you know down in the comment section below. If you have any other questions about this monitor, let me know in the comment section below, and I will go ahead and answer your questions accordingly. I know you guys smashed 300 views on the last video about this monitor. Let's see if we can aim for maybe 100 on this video, so that way you guys get some more insight on what the monitor does, because I didn't clarify too much in the unboxing video. So, alright guys, I'm gonna get out of here. It's been Ryan Chia. Peace.